Hi everyone, Natalie from Better Reading here. As you all know, Cheryl has been over in San Francisco and Mexico, and Jane is on a lovely holiday retreat. So I'm here today. I work at Better Reading. I run a Facebook page, which you are probably all very familiar with, especially if you're here on this live stream. I have a lot of books to share with you today, a whole stack of them, so big that I can barely carry it. So let me know here in the comments what you're reading, and I'll let you know what we've been reading here in our office as well. So hello everyone, hi. Okay, so I'm going to share with you to start off with our book of the week, which is The Only Suspect by Louise Candlish. This is a domestic noir, deliciously dark puzzle thriller that explores the darker side of relationships. We're all big fans of Louise Candlish here, and I'm sure you all are as well, because I know that this was a preview book, so a lot of you might have already read this before its release that was recently published. So let me know in the comments if you've already read this one or any of our recent preview books. This is a murder mystery that focuses on an old secret with the husband at the center of it all. So highly recommend this one if you haven't read it already. Our review is up. We've also got extracts and a few other things. So yes, that's The Only Suspect by Louise Candlish. Let me know what you're all reading. I'll start looking at the comments. Carolyn says, hi. Hello, Carolyn, and hello, Sharon. Hello, Jill. What are you all reading? Please let me know. The second book that I want to talk about is Sandy Docker's new book, The Red Gum River Retreat. I know everyone here are big fans of Sandy Docker. I think 3 of her books have made our top 100 lists in the past few years, and our next top 100 list is coming out soon, so keep an eye out to see if one of her books has made that one as well. This is her latest book called The Red Gum River Retreat. It follows 3 generations of women. We've got the mother, Sarah, and she has a daughter named Melody. And after a terrible accident, Sarah is feels very guilty, and her daughter has selective mutism. So then she stumbles across her grandmother Rosalie's correspondence letters, and from there you get a dual timeline that looks at the 1940s, mid-1940s, and present day, and how music sort of is the key to it all. So this is uplifting, hopeful, heartwarming, and we highly recommend it. So I have a look at some comments. Astrid loves Sandy Docker. Yes, so do we. Melissa is currently reading The Letterbox Tree as she's reviewing it. Oh, is that part of our preview program? I think that's a kids preview book. Heard a lot of great things about that one, and I think we'll be doing some stuff on the kids page for that one, so keep an eye out. Christine Dudley is currently reading Hellbent by Leigh Bardugo. Yes, we love that one as well. Meryl is currently reading One Good Deed by David Baldacci. Yes. Oh, okay. Claire is reading The Money Club by Fiona Lowe through our preview program. She's also listening to Save Your Brain by Dr. Ginny Mansberg. Both books are fantastic. I'm interested to know how many, I think Cheryl and Jane have probably asked this a few times, but I'm interested and curious to know how many of you listen to audio as well as read a physical hard copy book. I tend to read physical books more than listen to audio, but on my drives into the office or drives around or even going for a walk or anything, I tend to either listen to an audio or a podcast. Segue, as Jane and Cheryl love to do segues, I'm going to do the same. Our podcast, Stories Behind the Story, we have these 2 fabulous authors, Jackie French and Ali Lowe, talking about these 2 books. We've got Becoming Mrs. Mulberry and The Running Club. If you've read either of these books or if they're on your TBR lists, highly recommend listening to Cheryl's conversations with both of them. Both fantastic conversations that go in an interesting direction. So highly recommend those two. If you haven't listened to our podcast, Stories Behind the Story, and the links are coming up for you in the comments. Okay. Judy is reading Pew by Catherine Lacey. I don't know of that one, but how is it? Is it any good? Jill is about to start The Maid by Nita Prose. That's one of my favorites of last year. So yeah, must be a great one, Jill. Karen says, hi, Natalie. Hi, Karen. She's reading Life or Death by Michael Robotham, listening to Tapestry, Fiona McIntosh, and has recently read Goer's River by Shelley Reid as a preview for better reading. Great to hear. Oh yeah, we've definitely promoted a lot of these books, and great to see you reading Goer's River. We recently read that one as well and had it up on our Facebook page. So glad that you're enjoying it. Yes, Melissa's reviewing it for us. The Letterbox Tree, I believe that was. Kylie is currently reading 100 Tales from Australia's Most Haunted Places. That sounds very interesting. I'd like to know a bit more about that one. I might do some research on that one after. Sally is reading Sandy Docker's The Kookaburra Creek Cafe, loving it. If you love that one, definitely check out her latest one, The Red Gum River Retreat. Christine loves audio and driving, so do I. Jacqueline has just finished The War Pianist by Mandy Robotham, so good. Kathy is reading Alyssa Callan's Snowy Mountain's Daughter and felt like an easy read. Yes, I think we read that one recently as well, and definitely a nice, easy sort of rural romance read. So to take things in a different direction, and I guess coming back to Louise Candlish's The Only Suspect, we have another crime book, which is Lenny Marks Gets Away with Murder by Karen Main. This is an intensely emotional, often humorous, it's a debut as well. Lenny Marks she's an eccentric, kind of quirky character who's comparable to Eleanor Oliphant. Lenny's life is upended when she gets a letter from her traumatic past, and then so ensues an interesting crime read. So this one is She Gets Away with Murder, and the tagline is, or does she? So highly interesting one. I don't know if anyone's got this on their TBR, but we'll be putting up some extracts and a few other things on this one, so highly recommend. Staying on that crime topic, we have A Routine Infidelity. This is a bit more of a cozy crime. It is Elizabeth Coleman's debut novel. She is a screenwriter. I believe she wrote the Mysterious Mrs. Fisher series. I can't remember the full name for it, but it's a very interesting one. And so she's got a lot of experience, and this is her first time putting pen to paper for a novel, but she's clearly no novice, even though it's her debut. This is a clever murder mystery about a private investigator who deals with cheating spouses and missing pets and sort of more trivial cases, but really longs and yearns for real crime. And so when she discovers that her sister Bob has fallen prey to an internet catfishing scam, she sets out on a crime mystery, and so ensues something quite riveting and a little bit different to her daily cheating spouse cases that she deals with. I'll read some more comments, see what people are reading. Belinda is reading Magic Lessons by Alice Hoffman. And if like Eleanor, then she's in. I definitely recommend Lenny Marks Gets Away with Murder, Kathy. So go ahead and read that one. Let me know in the comments what you're reading, everyone. This is our Thursday weekly segment, What Are You Reading? Jane is on a holiday retreat, and Cheryl is on her way back from San Francisco, so they'll be back most likely next week. I work at Better Reading here in the office, dealing with Facebook and a few other things, so I'm taking over for today, and then it should be back to Cheryl and Jane next week. Another one that I want to share with you is Return to Valedo. This was also part of our preview program, so let me know if any of you have already read this. This is a deeply human and warm-hearted novel, bedded in history with striking contemporary themes. Hugh comes to terms with loss, intergenerational trauma from his mother. This is unlike anything that I've read before, and I feel like so many words can only explain what this is about, but all I have to say is pick up a copy of this. It is very interesting, unique, and Dominic Smith has done a fantastic job with it. So let me know if this is on your to be read list or if you already read it through our preview program. Lisa just started an oldie Rules of Civility by Immortals. Stephanie is reading The Wakes. Astrid, thank you. Great job. This is my first time doing a live event, but I've definitely witnessed Cheryl and Jane and everyone else doing these weekly, so hopefully I'm doing an okay job. Mary says, hi. Hi, Mary. Hello, Kylie. Jane is reading Dressed by Iris by Marianne O'Connor. Great so far. Annette is reading Girl in the Walls by A.J. Gnus and Summer of the 17th Doll by Ray Lawler. I recently read this book, How to Be Remembered by Michael Thompson. It's a debut, clearly a lot of great debut authors lately. And this one was extremely unique, very unique premise. And it's unforgettable, moving, hopeful, charming. It's about a boy named Tommy. We start off in his childhood. And every year on his birthday, he resets and everyone forgets who he is as he continues to grow older. So he wants to challenge the reset on everyone forgetting him. And he's a charming protagonist. You sort of root for him and really want him to triumph in his quest to challenge this reset. And he starts to fall in love as well. And so it's interesting to see how he tackles that as well. It makes you challenge what legacy is and what it's like to be forgotten, and also what we place importance on in terms of being remembered. It has some magical realism, obviously, with the reset and forgetting, but also a supernatural twist. So highly recommend Michael Thompson's How to Be Remembered. Let me know if any of you have read this one as well. And one of the other books that I'm reading is The Dream Builders by, and I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly, Oindrilla Mukherjee. I'm sorry if I pronounced that incorrectly. This follows 10 different character perspectives, and while that might seem like a lot, the author does a fantastic job at not making you lose track of anything. It is well paced. It all comes together very seamlessly. It's a debut about class divisions, gender roles, looks at India in the modern world. It's funny, deep, challenging, and heartfelt as well. So highly recommend this one. It's unique in its own way. And let me know if you've read this one as well. I'll just have a look at some more comments of what people are reading. Louise just read The Wakes and is now reading Victoria Perman's The Nurse's Wall. Really looking forward to Victoria's new one soon. Claire says, I'm a natural at this segment. Thank you very much, Claire. Christine also says, I'm doing a good job. Thank you. Heather says, just getting back into reading and would love some good recommendations. Heather, have a look here. Recommend all of these books. Have a look at our Facebook page. Have a look at this segment if you've just started tuning in. This will be available on our Facebook page afterwards. You can have a look at the rest of our What Are You Reading segments. We pretty much provide new books every single week. Ilona is just finished reading The Running Club by Ali Lowe, which we have over here. This one, our podcast for it just came out today, actually. Today, actually. It's gripping and twisty. It's a domestic thriller about a running club touched by murder. It's an interesting sort of spin. I guess you wouldn't think of a running club that seems quite innocent and great, turns into a murder mystery. So highly recommend Ali Lowe's book here. She's the author of The Trivia Night, which I know a lot of you really, really enjoyed. So definitely if you are an Ali Lowe fan or interested in any crime fiction, The Running Club is a great one. How to Be Remembered is on Christine Her TBR list, yes, highly recommend that one. Clint is reading Fairy Tale by Stephen King. That seems, is that one as scary as the rest of his books? I assume so, Clint. Tanya is reading The Last Love Note by Emma Gray. Helen just finished The Soulmates by Sally Hepworth and doesn't know what to read next. Helen, we have, if you like Sally Hepworth, you might enjoy Sandy Docker's The Red Gum River Retreat. Check that one out. That's her latest, and she's got a repertoire of books that are all really interesting. Vivian is reading The House with the Golden Door, the second book in the Wolf Den trilogy by Elodie Harper. The book is about Amara, the daughter of a doctor who was sold into slavery and taken to Pompeii. That sounds very, very fascinating. I'm definitely going to check that one out after I finish up from here. And Vivian also says it's a fabulous read which brings ancient Pompeii to life. Okay, how are we all going? Is that everything that you're all reading? I've really enjoyed doing this segment. I normally am behind the scenes, putting in comments, working on Facebook, and it was very nice to actually connect with everyone that I've recognized most of your names. I see you all in the comments a lot of the time, so it was nice to actually interact with you all, screen to comment. So thanks, Julie. Hi, how are you? So these are all the books that I recommend for today. And there's a lot more to come. Keep an eye out on our Facebook page for more events. Next week, Cheryl and Jane should be back here doing this segment. So thank you all for your time, and I'll see you next week. Bye.